big ass.
Welcome, everyone. You guys probably know what I'm about to say. Text your downline, text your sidelines, text your upline, text your line, text all the other lines, and make sure that they're on this call if they are on our team. Welcome. So good to see so many of your beautiful faces tonight. It is always fun for me if you do turn your camera on. So those of you that have it off, if you want to turn it on, go for it. My name, well, you guys know my name. This isn't new people. Amber Livesay. Hey, hasn't changed much. So glad to see you guys. I'm busy. I'm stalling because I'm admitting people into the waiting room as we speak. So get those text messages sent out. Remind your people that the call is starting, and we will get this party started. So want to just talk to you guys. This has been an incredible week. I want to invite Jana and Sunday right now to just unmute too if you want to chime in. This has been an amazing week. The first week of the month is it's always a little different to me, right? Coming off the last week of the month. You guys did so well. There's been so much incredible training in building freedom. Did you guys check out Jana's training that she did on Saturday, the 5 steps, and then the call from last Monday night? If you were not on that call, you need to make it part of your homework to watch that call this week. Like, it is a suggestion. I can't make you do it, but try to make it part of your daily task this week to watch that call. If you were on that call, I would encourage you to watch or at least listen to it again. We were a little lower this week. So if you're sending those text messages, remind people to keep getting on. But Sunday, Jana, did you guys have anything you want to add just about this week? Stephanie's not able to join us tonight. I think her co-captain Jeannie is filling in, Miss Jeannie Giddings, who, by the way, we had so much fun with you and your husband in Hawaii. Y'all are a good time. Anyway, y'all have anything you want to add just about the rock stars that we had this week? And then we'll get into some training, and then probably at the end announce the contest winners. Is that cool?
Yeah, I feel like it was a great week. I feel like like Amber mentioned, sometimes coming off such a really big end of the month, you never know how the beginning of the next month is going to go. But for me, and I feel like for my team, which we can talk about this some more, but I feel like it was a learning week in so many ways. You know, you have those weeks where you just have those eye-opening moments and you really get to know some of your team better. And that was what this week was. And so I feel like it really, even though, you know, that's not necessarily reflected on points always, it's so needed and so necessary. So I'm going to go mute because my dogs are barking.
I hope, go ahead, Sunday.
I feel like for my team, I feel like after the first month, we finished the month, we're starting the second month into all of this. And it's like the wheels are clicking. It's like, they're like, oh, okay, this is how we grow the team. This is how we grow the business. And I feel like the aha moments are happening, and it's being reflected in their activity, in their excitement. I'm very excited that I feel like as a whole, this whole group, all of us, I feel like y'all are finally like, oh, this is it. This is what we're doing. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And I feel like we are all, as your jewels, going, oh, this is it. I'm not sure why it took us so long to get to this place, but I was sharing with some folks on my team, and I wanted to share with all of you, you know, in our text thread that we have with the 4 of us, me and Jana and Sunday and Stephanie, I shared with them the other day, we were talking about momentum, and Jana asked, like, have you guys heard about a lot of other momentum happening in Plexus? And we were like, maybe some here and there, kind of, maybe not really, but there's a lot of momentum on our team right now. I hope you guys can feel that. And so I shared with them, I said, I've been praying that momentum would start again and that it would start with our team. And they all responded, I've been praying the same thing. Momentum is starting. And I share the example of Diamond Ambassador Robin Sullivan. when I went to jewel training in November 2019, she was Emerald, and we were having a very open discussion in the room. And she started talking about how long she'd been stuck, and she never saw herself actually getting to diamond and all the things. And I think that her team was a big part of the momentum surge that we felt at the beginning of 2020. Because that's when her team was like, her team, I think, I don't have a lot of proof behind this except for what I saw happening. Her team really started a lot of company-wide momentum. And that's what I see happening with our team. And it's exciting and it's fun and it's incredible. So super proud of you guys. Yes, the first month, still ironing out some kinks. I think we have most of those ironed out now. I don't hear from too many of you going, I don't understand this on the tracker sheet any longer. So I think we've got most of those ironed out. But yeah, this contest, my goodness, it's fun, isn't it? And the tracker sheet, it's all things that we probably should all be doing anyways, but it gives us a clear-cut guide and direction of what to do and where to go next. So I want to talk to you guys for a few minutes tonight, and then we're going to get into the contest. I promise I will leave time for it. I won't forget. Going to get into relationships and network marketing. That's what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. Now, I struggled with this. Sunday asked me like if I would talk on this. Here's my struggle. I've been in Plexus now for 9 years, and a lot of you have been around for a very long time. So I have relationships with you. And no doubt I have failed at those relationships at some point. I'm a human being. And so it's a little bit of a struggle. I don't want to ever sit here and make you guys think like, listen, just do what I say and everything will be perfect, right? I'm learning with you guys. And so much of this, I'm preaching to the choir. So please know that. I want you guys to know we're all walking through this with y'all, like me and Jana, Sunday, Stephanie, your co-captains. We're all filling out tracker sheets. We're doing all the things and we're all learning together. The Bible says iron sharpens iron, and I see that nearly on the daily on this team. So let other people on this team feed life into you and feed truth into you and realize that, hey, maybe I don't quite have it all figured out yet. Let me lean into this and listen here. We have to still do that all of the time. So a couple of things I want to address right off the bat. How are your relationships outside of Plexus? So we're not talking about potentials. We're not talking about any of that. How are your relationships outside of Plexus? How's your relationship with the Lord? I cannot come to this from a place other than that, because that's what I know, but how's your relationship with the Lord Jesus? If that's a struggle right now, there's no judgment there at all. The beautiful thing about God is that he's always just waiting for us to come back, right? There's no judgment there, but try really hard to see if you can grow in those areas, grow in the relationships with the people that you share your house with. You guys, that's your mental health, right? If those relationships aren't working, try really hard to do something to make those better, to improve upon yourself. And it's often easy to look at the people that you live with or to look at someone else and be like, if they would just fix X, Y, Z about them, this relationship would be a whole lot better. But truth be told, if we could fix ABC about us, the relationship would also be better. So look deep into yourself on those. I feel like asking yourself that question, how's my relationship with the Lord? I feel like it's something we should probably all be asking probably every day. Am I growing in my relationship with God? And if you want help with that, any of your diamonds leading this contest can help you with that. Okay, this is relationship marketing. Now, some of you just cringed a little bit when I put those two words together because it doesn't sound right to you, but it is. This is relationship marketing. When you find something that you like, you share it with people. Who do you share it with? The stranger on the street? Probably not. You're probably sharing it with the people that you already have relationships with. I sent a picture the other day. I always have it with me and now I can't find it. Here it is. Of my lip balm. Hey-o. One of my friends, her husband was having some really issues with chapped lips. I said, you got to get this. You got to get this. I sent her a picture of it. She said, thank you so much. This is someone I want on my Plexus team, by the way. And she's hilarious. And I said, but she goes, I'm going to buy it right now. And I said, that, by the way, was network marketing. I have something I like. I shared it with my friend that I always, now she wrote back, you're hilarious. And I wanted to write back, but I'm serious too, but I didn't, right? But that is relationship marketing. You're sharing things with people that you already have that relationship with, or new people that you're going to build a relationship with. And we're going to talk about that. People are not, you have to remember this, people are not just joining Plexus. They are joining you. Now, and I'm going to explain this. Is that true when they leave? Are they also leaving you? No. And I'm going to explain the difference. Hang on. When people say yes to Plexus, there is a mind shift that takes place. For some people, it's a much easier mind shift than others. For some people who've tried everything for their migraines, they've tried everything for weight loss, they've tried all the things, it may be a harder mind shift for those people, but everyone that says yes, there is a mind shift, okay? And that mind shift takes place in large because of us, because they're hearing about it from their buddies. They're hearing about it from their sisters and their cousins and their coworkers, right? You already have relationships with those people. Now, is it the same when people leave? No. You want to know why? Because they went back on their mind shift. It had nothing to do with you. It has to do with their mind shift and their mind game, right? We all know that to achieve some of the things that we've achieved with Plexus products and within the business, so much of it starts up here. And you cannot switch someone's mind for them, right? You can't do that. So just remember that. But people aren't just joining Plexus, they're also joining you. So remember that as you're building relationships with people. So what are some things that you can do to grow and nurture current relationships within your mind? I am a Plexus ambassador. Now listen, you're not looking at people all the time going, is she my next runner? Are they my next superstar? Is that them? Right? That's not it. You're building true, genuine, authentic relationships, but you are a business owner. You guys get that, right? You own your own business. Now, it didn't cost you very much money to start it, but you own your own business. You have to think about it that way. You have to think about it from a business perspective. So the first thing you can do to grow and nurture relationships, number one, understand your personality style. And within that, your leadership style. Your personality style shares a lot about your leadership. So a few different ways to do this. If I had time, and Jan and I've talked about,
Hey,
you may want to do
be quiet.
All right. I don't want to be quiet. Anyways, that was funny. Someone told me to be quiet. I don't think they were talking to me, but understand your personality style. Jan and I have talked about wanting to do a whole call on this, maybe even a series of calls. There's some really, really great ways out there, and no doubt you guys have heard of them. The Enneagram test, the color personalities, all the different things, but learn everything you can about your personality. Now, do not let that put you in a box. You are capable of growing outside of your own personality. So don't sit there and go, I'm an Enneagram 3 or I'm an Enneagram 5. That's just out of my wheelhouse. That's out of my person. No, you can grow in those areas. But the more that you understand about your own personality, the better it's going to be when you start talking to different people who have different personalities than you. So after you study a lot about your own personality, read about the other ones. You will start realizing as you talk to people, I see some people shaking their heads on this. You'll be in a conversation with someone and in your mind go, okay, they're a yellow, or she's a blue, right? The more that you know about that. And then if you know what their personality style is, you may know better how to talk to them about Plexus, right? If their personality is screaming fun and travel, hello, right? If their personality is wanting to help other people, but you have to understand that. So make sure you know that. This may be my shortest thing I talk about tonight, but I think it's maybe one of the most important. Make sure you know your personality style. And then within that, take it upon yourself, because I'm looking at a team of business builders, right? I'm looking at a bunch of people who are building freedom. So take it upon yourself to then go, okay, how does that impact my leadership style? How does my personality impact my leadership style? Because as your team begins to grow, you need to know that. By the way, this business has a lot of things in it that will make you a better leader if you embrace it. Plexus is like a training class on you. It shows and it highlights and it spotlights different things in your life and in your personality and in your leadership. Some of them are good. Some of them are not so good. Some of them are downright ugly, right? But it spotlights that. And if you will lean into it, this business in and of itself will grow you. It will grow your personality. It will grow your leadership style. Okay, next one. Serve other people. How to build relationships in Plexus. Serve other people. Keep this about servant leadership. Servant leadership, and I kind of wrote this part down, is best defined by Jesus himself. In Matthew 20:26, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. In the Christian realm, all leadership should be, well, I added that part. In the Christian realm, all leadership should be servant leadership. And then there's another passage in Mark where James and John, two of his disciples, have asked Jesus, can we be seated to your left and your right in glory? Like they want the honor, they want the accolades, they want the things. And his other disciples get kind of upset. They're like, hey, what about us? Where's our seats? And Jesus responded with, I didn't write this verse down, Mark 10:41. And then as an object lesson, Jesus modeled the true servant style of leadership. He, the Lord incarnate, bent down and washed their feet. Now, I'm not asking you to start washing the feet of people on your Plexus team, okay? You can if you'd like to, but I'm not asking you to do that. I'm definitely not asking you to start washing feet of your potentials, right? Just walk up to them and be like, I'm gonna serve you, I'm gonna wash your feet. That's not what I'm asking you. There are different, that would be weird, right? Genevieve says, don't make it weird, that'd be weird. There are different ways to serve people with Plexus, in Plexus. Number one, pray for your people. Pray for people on your team, pray for your potentials. I can't stress this enough. The people that you think are gonna be your really big runners, pray about it. Pray God's blessing over their life. Pray that they get that the light bulb goes off and that they feel that magic moment of, yeah, I want to do this. But then also pray, hey, God, if they're not my runner, let them go, right? Sometimes I think we try so hard because we see so much potential in people. And I think it was on a call this morning, Julie King said this. She said, I want this for everybody. Like, I want this for everybody because it's so good. It's so good. And we do, but they have to want it for themselves too. But pray for your people. That was a mouthful. Ask specifically how you can pray for them. Ask your team, ask your downline how you can pray for them. Work hard for your downline. Listen, they are the reason that you are where you are. If you have one ambassador, if you have 100 ambassadors, if you have 1,000 ambassadors, those people are why you are where you are. Work hard for them. Do contests for them, do 3-way calls for them, do power hours for them. Anything that you can do to help your downline, do it. And I promise you this, when you put more focus on watching your team grow, two things will happen. One, your points will grow, your team will grow. And number two, it'll be really hard to ever get down and discouraged when you're watching the people on your team have success. Okay, so focus on those people. Don't quit. This is another way you serve people on your team. You don't quit. Now, we all have seasons in our life when we maybe need to say, hey, I need a minute, but we're not going to quit. Y'all have heard us say it so many times. The only time you truly lose in this is when you quit. I know people, and I could probably look at Jan and Sunday right now, and they would know exactly who I'm talking about. I know someone who could be Emerald right now, probably Sapphire, if she hadn't quit. Right? Don't. Sunday's like, who's she talking about? I'll let you know. Don't quit. Don't quit. If you have one ambassador on your team, and some of y'all maybe need to write this out, but if you have one ambassador on your team, you have a team. And remember, they joined with you for a reason. So love on those people. Ask how you can help those people. Don't just leave them stranded on their own. And then last, how to serve your people, just love on them. And that sounds so vague, but here's some examples. It looks different for everyone, but cards, gifts, one-on-one Zooms, help them to get a post going when they first get started, or if a post is a really good post, but it's just not seeing a lot of traffic, help with three-way calls, all the things, but work hard for your downline and serve them. Number 3, my bad. Know your audience. Know your audience and building relationships.
What?
I gotta be quiet and a no stop. I don't know what's going on, y'all. This is funny. I don't know what's gonna come next. I'm eager. Anyway. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop, but surprisingly, not the funniest thing to ever happen on a Zoom call. But okay, know your audience. Know your audience. I'm giggly now. Set some time aside when you can. This doesn't necessarily have to be every single day, but a few times a week. We're putting in the chat. Don't stop. Thank you, Randa and Terry, my cheering section. Put some time to scroll through Facebook, set a timer or you'll get sucked in, and specifically look for things your people are posting that Plexus can help with. Here's a really good tip. Go to your help center, type in the words, red flag words. Okay? And you're going to scroll Facebook and you're going to look for any of those words. Now, you should not be posting those words. They are red flag words. Those are words that are not compliant. Those are words that the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, if we post them as Plexus ambassadors, making it sound like this can heal all your problems, they'll come after us, right? But your potentials may be posting about a migraine. Your potentials may be posting about not being able to sleep. Your potentials may be posting about some of this stuff. So make it a point to know your audience. And then if this is a potential that maybe you kind of have a relationship with, but not super tight, that's where the ATM method can come in. And if you're still unsure on the ATM method, it's in Building Freedom. Set some time this week to go study that. But that is really where that can come in. And then you can also create a post about how you used to have X, Y, and Z, but you're going to make it compliant, and I can help you with that. Lots of people on my team, actually, I think lots of people on this whole team made some posts a while back of them holding up pictures of things that Plexus has helped them with, and it was all 100% compliant, and they were all product claims. So I'll try to share some of those in Building Freedom too. There's ways to post about that. So know your audience. You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. I had someone join me a couple of weeks ago who's been my friend on Facebook since I got on Facebook. So like even before Plexus, you never know who's watching, but look for those words, look for those big words that stand out, and then look and see if anyone in your potentials list is talking about needing a job. If they're talking about needing extra income, if they're talking about anything like that. If you have a current relationship with them, reach out to them about Plexus. If you don't, ATM method, right? And then nurture and grow that relationship. Start commenting and liking and different things on their post and start looking at their stories and things like that. Okay, I was gonna pause right here and ask for questions, but I'm just gonna wait and do that at the very end, okay? Now this next one, you guys can all let out a big resounding laughter that I'm about to say this, because talk about preaching to the choir. This is something I struggle with constantly. Listen more and talk less. Ooh. If my mom is on here, she definitely just laughed. Listen more and talk less. When you're building relationships, when you're listening to anyone tell you what they need with Plexus, it's so easy because we know all the stuff, right? We know what can help them. We know what products they need, and we want to just jump in and go, hey, try this, that, and the other. But we've got to listen. You've got to listen. In relationships, especially when building a relationship, try to listen and be attentive. I struggle so much with this. I would love to just be able to blame it on my ADD brain. And truth be told, that is what it is, but I am still in control of my brain. And so I know that I'm capable of doing this, but we all have to listen. People need and they want to be heard. Guys, there's literally an entire profession dedicated to this that people get paid big money for, going to therapists and counselors. I'm not asking you to be anyone's therapist, but people want to be heard. So make sure you're listening. When you're talking to a potential, you have to listen. You have to be able to hear their needs. Don't just assume what products they may or may not need. And don't ever assume, and I've heard this said a lot, they won't want to work the business. They don't need the business. They don't need the money. They don't have the time or whatever. Don't make that assumption. Next one. I don't even know what number I'm on at this point, but it's the next one. Make sure you are attracting the audience that you want. And yes, you can control that by what you're posting on social. And I'm talking specifically about social media here. Make sure you're attracting the type of audience you want. We've all seen those people that use social media as their place to vent and their place to grumble and their place to complain. And my heart goes out to those people. It really does. However, I don't want that to be my social media because number one, people will stop following me. And number two, I don't want to attract those kind of people. I want to help those kind of people, but I don't want to attract them. Something to remember, y'all heard me say this before, gratefulness destroys grumbling. So if that's you and you err a little more on the negative side, a little more the cup's half empty kind of side, gratefulness destroys grumbling. Start talking out loud about the things you're thankful for, and your complaints will seem far, far, far less. Next one, grow your audience by joining groups about things that you're interested in. Now, this is more specific to Facebook, and that's where I think a lot of us are at, but I'm going to talk about other things here in just a minute. Don't get scared. But join groups about things you're interested in. I'm in a couple groups that are Yorkie groups because that's what my dog is. I'm in a couple different groups. So join those groups, make some posts. Don't post about Plexus. You don't want to go on and be like, hi guys, I'm your local Plexus ambassador. They'll be like, get her out of here, right? But make a post, a fun, uplifting post about whatever the group is about and how you relate to it. So for me, if I'm going in a Yorkie group, I'd probably post a picture of me and Joey. Hey, this is my 7-year-old party Yorkie. Hear what we hear. This is my 7-year-old party Yorkie, Joey. He's named after Joey on Friends, whatever. And then if anyone likes or comments on that, I'm going to go send those people a friend request. Now, some of y'all, you're like, that's weird. That's really weird. I don't know that. I promise you, in the day and age we live in, it ain't weird. It 100% ain't weird. Now, if some creeper dude sends you a friend request, that's weird. Hit decline and move on. Okay. You cannot let social media intimidate you. And I'm not just talking about Facebook. You cannot let social media intimidate you. You're not going to break it. You're not going to break social media. Unless maybe you post about the truth that's happening in our world right now, you might break it, but you're not going to break your Instagram. You're not going to break Facebook. The world's not going to come to an end if you attempt a reel or if you attempt something different that's new. I want to encourage you guys, if you're nervous about some of these things and you hear us talk about making reels or you hear about Instagram or I don't love TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, but if you hear about different things and they intimidate you, here's what I really want to encourage you to do. Study them, learn about them, read about them, and start using them. The more that you learn about them, the less it's going to be less scary. It's like that. It's true with anything. The more that you do it, the less scary that it gets. And believe me, there's a lot of training out there on all of those things. If you're nervous about a post, if you're nervous about a reel, if you're scared about something, send it to your bestie. Send it to your Plexus bestie. Hey, is this okay? Does this sound okay? Get that validation and move forward, right? I still do that sometimes. I'll send something to Terry. I'll send something to Janet. Hey, does this look okay? Does this sound okay? What? Yeah, that's good. Or hey, maybe you should change whatever. Okay, cool. And go forward. Don't let it intimidate you and paralyze you that you get to the place that you just don't know what to do. And I think for a lot of you, I'm sharing that more for you to share with your teams because I'm looking at a lot of people that are really good on pretty much all things social media. So but share that with your teams. Make sure that they're digging in there and they're learning them and they're just attempting to do them because the more that they do them, the less scary it gets. Next one, don't make it weird. We say this a lot and then we laugh after it, but don't make it weird. I hate this phrase, but I don't know how else to put it. Don't throw up plexus on people. I hate that. It puts such a visual in my head. And then I waste my plexus. But just don't do it. Hold back. Less is always better. Less is always better. Don't make it weird. And don't do too much plexus. Next, learn to be a good storyteller. There's someone on our team who does this exceptionally well. And it's not going to be a secret to any of you that it's my sister. Jana can tell a story on social like nobody's business, and you're sucked in and you're reading it from start to finish and you're feeling all the things, right? Learn to be a good storyteller. That is learnable. I think it is. I forgot to write down her name, Kendra Hall. Thank you. I wanted to say Kendra Scott. She makes good jewelry, but it's not Kendra Scott. Kendra Hall, she's spoken at a few of our Plexus events before. She's a phenomenal storyteller, and she's devoted her career to helping people learn how to be storytellers. But the better storyteller that you are, the more people you are going to attract on social. So be a good storyteller. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be real. Be genuine. And be willing to be vulnerable. This is hard for some of us. But a lot of times when we are vulnerable, people connect with that so much more. And they realize, okay, I'm going to pick on someone. Marla posted about a struggle that she's having. And her story really connected with me because I'm having the same struggle. Is it easy for Marla to put her struggles out there? No. And am I saying you need to go and air all your dirty laundry? Absolutely not. Social media is not your therapist and it's not your diary. However, be yourself and be vulnerable. There is a time for the copy and paste post. That's a tongue twister. There is a time and a place for that. But your people that follow you, that know you, they know when it's you talking. And so make sure that you're developing, that you're spending some time each and every day to come up with some real authentic things that you're putting out there on social media. Remember, it's all about establishing a genuine human connection. And last but not least, when you're building these relationships, develop a recruiting mindset. Now, this one is hard. This one is probably hard for all of us. Everybody needs our products. Everybody. I'll say that till I die. Everybody needs our products. This business, though, is not for everyone. And that is sometimes a hard pill to swallow because we see potential in people. And like I said, Julie said, we want this for everybody. So we want them to jump on board, but it's not for everyone. And that mind shift has to take place. So I want to encourage you to think of it like you're sitting at your seat at your corporate America job and you're a recruiter. Okay. And your job is to hire someone to fill a position. And let's say it's a secretarial position. You're probably not going to look at applications from construction workers or from like someone who doesn't, like a stay-at-home mom with 12 kids who doesn't have any, you're not going to look at that, right? You're going to look at the people who can actually fill that position. And for those of you that are in building freedom, you've been around this long enough to kind of be able to tell like, yeah, she could be a real runner. He could really, really do this. So develop that recruiting mindset and ask yourself, is that who I want to fill this job position? Is she going to be my next rock star? Ask yourself that. A recruiter is not going to put a candidate in if they think this person is sitting on the fence. They're not going to do it. I wouldn't hire someone if they're like, yeah, I'll show up like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursdays are negotiable. Like we'll talk, right? Like that's not what they're going to do. It's not about convincing others about why they should think differently or fighting with people who you hope will eventually become interested. That's hard, you guys. Anybody else resonate with that? And you're like, it's so difficult because she would be so good. But sometimes we're spinning our wheels and we are pouring our heart and our souls into those relationships. And these ones over here are being neglected. and they could be our next runner or our next rock star, right? It's a process where you show the plan to a few people. It's maybe not for everyone, a few people every day until you get a yes, I'm in. I want to do this. From there, you put in the effort to help that person get going and growing with you. Okay. So anyway, those are my thoughts and tidbits on relationships within network marketing. I hope that was, you guys got a little something out of that. I don't know. I think Karen's still working the old concession stand. Anybody have any questions, comments, snide remarks? Communications. Okay.
I think that was awesome. I've been dying for Amber to do a training on this because she is so good. Y'all, Amber's people, like with all of her relationships, Amber's just so good at communicating as far as building those relationships that you feel. I don't know about y'all, but when I'm talking to Amber, I feel like I'm the only one that she's talking to when I'm out and about. I think Amber just has some really good communication skills and relationship skills. And I hope that y'all took away at least one thing of what she gave. She gave a ton of tips tonight to help you be a better relationship marketing person. And I hope y'all took away. Amber, thank you so much. I really enjoyed all of it. I took some notes myself.
Let me just say this. It's not necessarily that I'm like great at relationships, but I'm a very loyal person, almost to a fault. Like people have to fight really hard to get rid of me. So I've told Jonathan if he ever leaves me, I'm going with him. So I'm a very loyal person. And I think that goes a long way though. And Lynn liked that one. I think that goes a really long way in network marketing, keeping up with your people and staying connected to them and staying loyal to them and never thinking, even if you have a rock star, never thinking like they're good. I can kind of let them do their own thing. Like people always need help with this. And so anyway, and I love this aspect of Plexus. The relationships are like my favorite part. So the money's not bad either, but the relationships are cool too. Okay. That's my drum roll. Are you guys ready for some contest reports? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I don't see Jeannie. Oh, there she is. Okay. Jeannie is representing Stephanie's team this evening, and then Jan and Sunday and myself will do our own. So we're going to do it like we've been doing it. And first of all, I want to say this to everybody, to literally everyone. I love my team and they have been rock stars. But I love all of you guys. And I know that it has been hard for some of you to watch other people win. And I totally get that. It's the competitive nature in us. But you guys are all doing phenomenal. Like, and the fact that we're all doing this together makes it just that much greater, that much bigger, and that much more awesome. So with no further ado, we shall all unmute. And when it's our turn to speak, we shall speak.
All right, I'll talk first. All right, my team, I'm so proud of you. And I want you to know, like, I watch you guys day in, day out. And like I mentioned earlier on the call, I feel like this was a week where we did a lot of self-examining, like really digging deep into some things within our businesses and some relationships in our businesses and some just how to really move forward. And so while you can't put that on a tracker, like there's not a way to count points for that, that moved you forward and that will pay off. So we did come in last, but it's like Amber said, I kind of hate that because I hate saying last because you guys, like, what you were doing on this tracker is so many of you were not doing any of this stuff just a few months ago. Like you were not doing any of this stuff. So you win. You are moving forward. You are pushing forward and you are doing things. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone. So I want to challenge my team again. If we had just bump those points up. I didn't do the math, but it wasn't a whole lot. Like if our average points had just bumped up just a tad bit, it would have at least not put us in fourth place. But I'm very proud of you guys. And we came in second place last week. And so I kind of love that about this contest, that it's a little bit of, it's just your week. It's how your week goes is who's, the team's going to go, the team that's going to win. And so I'm really proud of you guys. I've watched you guys. You're killing it on the power hours. We've had quite a few signups this week. You guys are really, really getting into a lot of reach outs. Linda's doing a great job with that, really showing her people just some really creative ways of how she's reaching out to people and some things that she's doing, and it's catching on and people are doing it. And you guys, that pays off. It pays off, one, in relationships, but it also then pays off in your business. So I'm very proud of you. Our highest point earner was Terry Bowling with 815 points. Very proud of Terry. Terry is just, I love that woman. She is just rocking it. I don't think she's on the call. I've looked. I don't see her on the call, and I messaged her, but I haven't heard back. So anyway, you guys, shoot your congratulations to Terry.
Janet, it says she's on here. Terry, can you hear us? Terry Bowling. Come in, Terry Bowling.
Hello.
There she is. Terry is on here. I did not see you earlier. Terry is our top earner this week by far. Like, she killed it this week with 815 points. So Terry, I would love for you to, are we doing that now, Amber? Are we going to go in Sunday? Okay.
Yeah.
So Terry, can you go ahead and just take a minute or two and just share with us some practical things that you did this week to really move those points up?
Yes, ma'am. I do a lot of team calls with other, not just my team, but other teams, other jewels. I do a lot of power hours with different teams also. That helps me to learn and grow and educate myself and my team members. So yeah, and I read a lot. A lot of the jewels, I've learned so much from all of you, like Emily Roberts and Sarah, what is her name? Is it Gibson? Sarah Marble, is that her name?
Marble, yeah.
Sarah Marble.
And Christine, it's just a bunch of them that I'm learning from. And so I do a lot of, like I said, the team calls, power hours, and I just go on different jewels and I read their stories. And it helps me, like Sunday, and I mean, all of you guys, it's just amazing. But I'm in it. I'm in it so much that I think sometimes I'm in it too much, but I'm learning a whole lot. Yeah.
Well, we're proud of you, Terry, and it's showing in your business. Your business is growing, and we're very proud of you. And I love what you had to say, because you guys know I love introducing other people, other jewels to you guys, so that you can learn other ways to grow. We don't have all the answers, so I love that. And I hope you guys are hearing over and over, power hours, power hours, power hours. Y'all, they are powerful. If you will take the time to get on power hours, it's not a training, just so you know, like those of you that have still been reluctant to hop on them, it's actually where we all come together and work. And it's very, you don't have to show up with a lot of ideas. They're given to you on how to work your business and how to move it in the right direction. So challenge you guys to get on those power hours. But I'm very proud of my team. We came in fourth, but you are all winners. So very proud of you. And I know we can get back to first place. We did it once, and I know we can do it again. So next week's our week, girls. And maybe Guy. I feel like there's a guy or two.
And next, I get to represent the number 3 team. And I'm so excited because here's what I want to say of, again, reiterating everything that they've said. First, Amber, wow, y'all go back and watch this recording and take notes if you didn't, because she brought it. And that's all you need to know and implement it. That was the bomb, Amber. I'm not even. But I am so excited. When Steph messaged me, I'm like, what? She's like, well, you are a co-captain. I'm like, what? Okay. I'm so excited to be able to represent this team because, and I, again, will encompass the whole team, like Amber said. I am so excited that we are all in the boat rowing together, and you guys get in the dang boat and row, do the tracker, get on the team calls, get on the power hours, and you will start seeing it. It's not going to be right away, but I promise you, if you are sitting there wondering, what am I supposed to be doing? Print the tracker out, do the trackers, get on the power hours. And like Jana just said, you don't have to come with anything. They're going to give it to you. And we have so many people that are stepping up to the plate to do these power hours now. And I am so excited to see the growth in our team. And as a leader, to be able to see where our team is putting the work in and how we can help them broaden that a little bit. So I'm so thankful for this, for someone who's been around for, oh my gosh, almost 9 years. So with that, we had a tight race for number 1 and number 2 this week. So congratulations to Vanessa Cloyd, our top point winner for this month, or for this week. Not this month, because it's going to be neck and neck, I'm sure, for the month, because I track it for the month. So Vanessa, I know you're on the call, and I would love to hear from you as well.
Hi, y'all. Thank you. I'm so excited that you guys, it is in the power hours. I'm telling you what, I have built some I haven't signed anybody this month, but I have built some amazing relationships this month, which has been totally cool because I have never done that before. I sign them up. I don't follow up. I don't do anything. And I feel like I'm actually getting it. It's finally, after 8 years, it's finally clicking. I'm getting it. I think you have to build that relationship in order to be able to do all this. And I just feel it's amazing. And I've been getting on early morning power hours. Cool. Sorry, my granddaughter's here and we did this, experiment today. And so she's excited. Anyway, you guys, it's the power hours and getting on, I never really have watched much of the corporate calls. That has been a life changer for me too. I mean, I know everybody thinks they're busy, but you don't have to sit still and watch it. Just listen. You get so many hints, but you guys, the power hours, I think have made a huge difference because they tell you exactly what to do, and even myself sponsoring them, or start, that's been fun. And then the other thing that's been really fun to me, which I was so scared to do, you guys, was do reels or do lives and I've been like, okay, should I rewind it? Should I redo it? No, just post it. Somebody will laugh their hiney off at you, and that's what's happened, so it's been great. So, but good job, everybody. Everybody has been amazing. And Amber, that was some really good info that you gave us.
I don't want to. We came in second place, you guys. That's okay. It's okay. I didn't want to speak. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Don't make me do it. First of all, I got to say something. I love me some Vanessa Cloyd. That woman, and I love me some Terry Bowling. I got to meet Terry, I don't know, a few trips to Tennessee ago. And something that I've realized that these two ladies are sharing tonight, both of them really good at relationships. really good at making people feel loved and valued, really good listeners, really good at relationships. But I do. I love me some Vanessa. She's awesome. But so we had a great week this week. I want to remind you guys, if you're like me and you're like other people on my team and you're kind of competing against yourself from week to week, make sure you weren't competing this week against last week, because last week had all your monthly points attached to it. Okay. So you're only competing against yourself on this week, last month. Okay. And I also hope that as your people on your Plexus teams are posting their trackers in your group chat, if they're on your team, print those out, look over them, see what they could do, see what they are doing, see what they could try differently, but make sure you're staying in tune with those. We had a wonderful, wonderful week. I want to brag on someone who, week before last, on like a normal week, she's increased her points 500 points from that week, and that's Monica Stansel. She's not our highest point earner this week. Our highest point earner is Karen Holter. Karen is currently working in a concession stand right now. So congratulations, Karen. And Karen shared for us a couple of weeks ago. But Monica, tell us what you're doing. Tell us how your points have grown so much.
Well, the tracker, I love this thing. Like I'm competitive. I love looking, what can I do? And if I have an extra 30 minutes or 15 minutes in my day, I go to my tracker and find out what I can do. It's kind of like a fill in the blank for me. It's been amazing. My big points came this week. I love mail, and I know Jana had done some training before about how nice it is to get a card and how she would do customer service that way. And so I went to Dollar Tree and bought tons of cards and just started writing, and it's been fabulous. So that was actually where I racked up a bunch of my points, as I sent out 50 cards. So.
Yeah, it's easy to do that. I mailed my team postcards from Hawaii. And so that week I was like, hey, 33 postcards went in the mail. I'm counting those points. But Monica, thank you so much. And customer service is something that we really haven't talked about enough. And we need to talk about it more and take care of our customers better. But Monica, I'm so stinking proud of you. So proud of you. So that leaves the one and only Miss
That
Sunday
leaves
Anderson.
my team. I'm so excited. Y'all, I'm so excited for my little team. We have the smallest number of people, and because not everybody participates. If you look around your teams, there's some people that you have rough weeks or they have different things going on. And it's the same way with everybody's team. It takes everybody doing something. It takes everybody getting in the dang boat, right, Jeannie? It takes everybody doing their thing. I'm so proud of my team. Y'all, it was a team focus this week. I will give you some little tips on what we did personally to come in first. I'm going to share. I really am, because I want it for all of us. What was it about midway, Tracy, that we started getting in there and like, okay, everybody check your points right now. Let's see if we can raise your points by 50 points by the end of the day. Or it was that personal check-in in the middle of the week, trying to see where you are. Where can we help you? Where are you at here? What can you do to improve your own points? Instead of waiting till like Saturday or Sunday and like, okay, get your points in. It was a full week thing. And y'all, couple things before I brag on Tracy. One of my girls who was on the call and she had to hop off because she works, Rochelle Slatke, am I saying her name right? Y'all, and I know Rochelle's going to go back and watch this. Rochelle, I'm so proud of you. She didn't have one of the highest points on her team, but she doubled her points from the previous, all month last month. Each week, she had about the same amount of points, and y'all, she doubled her points for this week. So I'm very proud of her. And I really think those trackers, Amber, Jana, Steph, y'all, Amber, thanks for putting that out. That tracker, just like Monica was saying, it helps. When you have a free moment, we're giving you the game plan on how to get there and how to do your business. You're not without. So you have that. I wanted to brag on them. And brag on everybody on my team, because it took a team effort, everybody doing their part. I believe everybody on my team had points this month. Not everybody had high points, but because I've gone weeks where you have, everybody's the same way. You have some people who did not turn in points. Y'all, every single person turned in something this week. I'm so proud of them. Okay, high person. Again, number 3 was Christiana. God, she's doing amazing, y'all. She's awesome. Number 2 was Marla, and our number 1 person with 1,235 points was Tracy Oates, y'all. Tracy killed it this week. She worked really, really hard. She did amazing. I'm gonna let her share what she did. Y'all, just know Tracy was blowing up my phone every day this week with stuff that she had going on. So Tracy, share what she did.
Okay, so Sunday already said half of it, and the other leader said the other half of it. But can we just say how awesome our diamonds are? This tracker is amazing, and it's really just lining out what we're supposed to be doing every day. So this week I really focused in on customer care. Last week when Steph posted, you know, the challenge for us, that kind of got me geared into, you know, as your team grows, you recognize that sometimes it's harder to look at everybody. And so I just really focused on that. I reached out to everybody who was my level 1 or adopted level 1s, and just loved on them a little bit, asked if there's anything I could do. So that was a huge help in boosting my points. I just bit the bullet and said, hey, let's do an event. Like, go invite your people. Tonight we're doing an event. We did an online event. We had several guests on, and that was just those spur of the moment ones. Some of y'all have done these before. Sometimes those are the best ones because people are like, I'm not doing anything anyway. And they hop on and hear it. Several of our girls asked, what is a power hour? And so we did a couple of power hours this week just to kind of mix up some training, you know, as far as what we should be doing in those power hours, and then actually, you know, spending some time reaching out, messaging. So we utilized that. There was just, it's the tracker. It's just going on. And honestly, can I say this? Can I just be brutally honest? Because that's me. I appreciate directness. There's zero reason why we shouldn't be maxing out points for posting on social media and posting Plexus and making reels. Like, if you don't know how to make a reel, we're going to do some trainings on those, because there's no reason why we shouldn't be maxing out those points every week. That's something that we can do very simply every day. So if you're on our team, that's going to be a huge focus this week as well. So really just following the tracker. That's what I did. That's what everybody's doing. And thank you for it. I mean, you diamonds are amazing at just rallying us. And I love the community that we're building, you know, within our teams, our individual groups here, but then just, you know, all of us coming together on Monday night and encouraging each other. I love it.
Why do I feel like only Sunday's team is going to get training on how to do reels? I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
I put on there, I need help making a reel. I think I
nominate Tracy go live tomorrow and teach us all how to make a reel.
Hey, this is something I was going to say, and I didn't say it after all, but listen, I went to Nashville to Gold School last week, and Brittany Cowan was also there. And Brittany and I talk all the time, but I followed her around. Yeah, Janelle just said she did her first reel. I learned more from her from just following her around and watching her than any trainings I've done, you know, or any trainings that I've watched on creating reels. So find people that know what they're doing and literally just watch them and mimic them.
So if you're like me, who's in my 50s, so we could just look at the ones that are in their early 30s, late 20s, early 30s, and be like, can you please teach us to be to do the reels?
Don't make it weird, Sunday. Don't make it weird. Hey,
I'm not the best at it, but I'm willing to share what I've learned so far. They're fun.
There will be a new tracker sheet for this week, but I think the only thing that'll change on it is probably the date at the top. I don't think we're probably adding anything unless y'all have something you want to add. I got a few text messages about that, and then I'll post this call probably tonight here in just a few minutes. Did anybody else have any?
Freak out that they're doing a new tracker. Like she said, it's just the date at the top.
Just the date.
My team is like, are they going to keep changing it every week?
If you've already printed last week's and you're already using it, just change the date at the top and you're good. So anybody have any final questions?
I know people don't like changing the tracker. At the same time, as you're working, and those of you that are really working the tracker, if you think of things, I know we've had a few people mention things that we have added. So if you think of things that you're like, I don't know why this isn't on here, because this would grow our business. That's the whole mindset is, will this grow my business? But if you think of something, we are all ears. Like that's why it keeps changing. We want to get it to a place where it's just right, where it's in that sweet spot of really growing your business. We don't want you doing busy work. But I just want to say something real quick. My only, like, I love this group. I love my team, but I do sometimes feel like it makes me feel like a little disconnected from my whole team a little bit. And so I just want to hop on here and tell my whole team and Sunday's team how proud I am of you. Like, watching you guys all work together and come together and do this together has just, it's been so good for my soul. It has just been so good to see this and to see us come together as a community. So I'm excited. I'm just really proud of y'all. When I see every week when the four of us report our points and our top earners, I'm just a little overwhelmed with all of it. So after all these years, it's just fun. I love that God continues to help us to be creative and come up with new ideas. And that's how this came about. And I know he'll continue to do that for us. And I know he'll continue to bless this team. And so I'm just proud of all of y'all and just thankful, so thankful for the people God has placed here, and placed, just even within this Building Freedom little, we never know what to call it. Is it a contest? Is it a program? Is it we don't know, but we're just glad you're here doing it. So I love it. And Amber, you did a fantastic job tonight. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Amber. But yeah, I'm so
I feel
proud.
like there was something I was gonna.
So proud of all of y'all. Y'all, I'm going to challenge y'all. Try to look at your own report, own tracker that you did this week, and see if you can bump your points up by, give yourself a goal. Give yourself your own personal goal to do more than you did last week. I'm going to challenge you. Like I said, like Tracy said, 70 points for just posting on social media and that kind of, that's easy. That should be everybody's, you shouldn't be turning in really anything less than at least that, but then try to do more on top of that. But I love this. I love how we've done this. It's amazing. Amber, you want to say?
Well, it's because we're all in the same dang boat.
You guys,
Did you see?
I forgot to say something that has also helped. You guys, ATM is simple, to the point. It's everything we need. Everything we need. Thank you, all of you leaders, all of you diamonds that did that for us. That has made it like easy peasy.
Y'all should send Steph Erskine, worked really hard on that. Y'all should send her a private message and tell her thank you. She worked really, really hard on that.
And I also have to say thank you to Amber Kidd, because she gave me some amazing hints this week. And I'm going to have a team meeting with my little tiny team and share them. But thank you, Amber. That was so nice of you.
I love that little shout out.
Hey, I also want to nominate Tracy and Janelle to go in Building Freedom and type a couple paragraphs all about Gold School and why everybody needs to work to get there and how amazing it was and all the things.
Jan was there too.
Who?
Jan.
Oh, and Jan, yes, please. Anyone who was there, anyone who's been, if you've been at a different one, or if you've even been at Ruby's on the Rise. I know we have a couple that have done that too. But go in there and post and when you read that, guys, just let it help you dream. Just let it help you with that vision of, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get there. I'm going to go to Gold School.
Like, title it by Gold School Experience and then kind of let people read that and like hashtag that or something. Yeah, Tracy.
I just want to say this one thing. Brittany Cowan and I are both Emeralds. We were both in Hawaii. We went to all the training sessions that we had. And we sat at Gold School going, oh my word, this is so good. This is such good content. Even though we had just come from good training the week before. I mean, Gold School, if you haven't been, you definitely want to get there because it's so good. It's good stuff.
That's
When's the
awesome.
next one? Did they announce that yet? And where? No?
All right. Any closing words from anyone?
Everybody's so
All right.
quiet.
Thank you
I
all for all
know.
that you do for us. Honestly, thanks every one of you.
Thank you, Vanessa. All right. Sunday, you want to close us out in prayer tonight? And
would
we
love to.
we'll see you guys. Let's blow this week out of the water next Monday night, right? Let's sit here and our jaws will hit the floor as we hear people's points, because it's going to be an incredible week. Incredible.
Dearly Father, Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for everything you've given us. And Lord, we just want to thank you for Plexus. We want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to not only get better with the supplements and feel better and our health better, but Lord, thank you for the opportunity to improve other people's lives and help them and financially gain from that as well, Lord. But thank you for the opportunity of Plexus. And Lord, thank you for each person that's on this call. Lord, just ask that you put your hand of blessing on them and give everyone peace and blessings tonight, Lord. And Jesus' name, amen.
Good night, you guys.
Can I say something real quick before you hang up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cards are amazing. I had a guy call me that I sent a card to, goes to our church, and I just said, I really missed you in church. How are you doing? How's your Plexus going? Is there any questions you have? He actually called me and wanted me to help him order something different because he couldn't find his password and stuff. And he said it was the card that really made his day. So I'm just saying that.
That's awesome. It helps. People don't get things like that much anymore. Customer service is a thing of the past for most businesses. And you can tell when you're out of business where it isn't. Like, it's very obvious. And so when we take that extra step of reaching out to our people like that, it's a big deal. It really is. Oh, and thank you to Sue and Billy Joe for my card for the live I did on your team and my little gift. Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know, I just got it because we had our mail on hold while we were traveling, but
And you
I-
got some special friends card.